You may begin.
Okay. This is my first time back in a year. It's great to see your faces not behind a mask. I like to have that personal interaction with you. I also wanted to talk about not what happened to me last year, even though that was extremely traumatic to my family, to the point where one of my daughters began cutting herself because her mom was being treated like a criminal. The one that went up and talked that one day when I wasn't allowed to come in, even though the attorney said that I could. It put a lot of strain on my family, and it wasn't because of something I did, it was because of something members of the board and their staff did. But I want to talk about numbers today. In 2019, Dr. Woods made $357,000, and then this past year, he made $398,000. That's a 111% increase in pay that he received. In 2019, Mr. Galindo made $183,000, and then this past year made $189,000. That's a 100% increase. And this was during a time when teachers were not given a raise at all. And I know that because I was one of those teachers in 2020 and 2021. We weren't even given a step raise, yet our superintendent and many of his staff received a raise. Since 1995, NISD has been allowed to take $3.98 billion of our tax money, and so what they say, help the children and build bigger and better schools. It's more like bigger and better stadiums. And did you know that at the directive of Dr. Woods, principals were forced to coerce their teachers and staff into voting for that $992 million bond? They were told by Dr. Woods that if the bond did not pass, there would be no pay raises from this school year. You would think that after taking $3.98 billion of our tax money and the money they received in COVID relief, Woods and his board and staff would not need to threaten teachers with no pay raise. And then again, with him stating that, with him coercing people into voting or going to vote.
Ms. Mark, when you're...
No, not.
It was yellow.
Okay.
I was watching.
Please stop the time. But before you continue, if this is a personal attack on Dr. Woods, there are other ways to address it and not at this particular.
This is not a personal attack. I'm just giving facts. And anytime I tried to have a one-on-one with any of the people up here, I was not allowed to. So this is my opportunity to speak.
I'm just mentioning that because there is a grievance process. Okay.
And
Please
I tried
continue.
to do that,
And
but
she's got your.
Okay. Well, I just would like to say I tried to go through the grievance process and that didn't work. So thank you for mentioning that again. But while he was telling teachers and their principals to go vote, don't you think that's maybe tampering a little bit? So after realizing Dr. Woods was making each year what he was making, I looked up his contract. And for y'all that don't know, it is public information. There's some pretty good benefits in here. And a lot
Ms.
of
Mark,
them,
when your time is up.
okay. And a lot of them are dictated by him.
And we are not, we cannot dialogue by law, but I can ask a clarifying question. Dr. Woods, I know I was here on this board regarding the 2020 and 2021. We did give pay raises to our teachers at that time. Do I remember that correctly?
In the spring of 20, we didn't give anybody a pay increase. In the spring of 21, we did give a modest increase across the board.
I just wanted clarification because I remember that. Okay, thank you.